that there was a famine in the land. This part of the verse in Hebrew is actually very similar to the previous part. It says, Vehi ra'av ba'aretz, and came to pass a famine in the land. The entire thought so far shows God's hand is written all over it. It literally says, and came to pass in the days when judged the judges, and came to pass a famine in the land. This is not an unnecessary Hebrew lesson, but it is to show us that both the timing and the circumstance are noted for us to consider. Famines are directed by God. They're used by him throughout biblical history to effect his will in the unfolding story of the world. Famines come about in a lot of ways, but none of them are unknown or undirected by him. Sometimes they come about by unfavorable weather conditions and the lack of rain. Some come about by civil war within a land where a nation fights against itself. And other times it's by wars waged by foreigners who come in and destroy the land, and a famine occurs. From the time of Abraham all the way down to Joseph, the patriarchs were all affected by famine in ways which show the realization of God's purposes. Through these famines, patterns are seen which involve the repetition of specific dates and other occurrences. And in those famines, specific people and places are named which seem otherwise unimportant, and yet each reveals something to do with the work of Jesus Christ. No word is ever wasted in the Bible. Each has purpose. In this verse it says, in the land. By not specifying the country where the famine is occurring, it supposes that the writer is writing from Israel and that we are joining him there in this narrative as it goes on. And even though this happens during the time of the judges, nothing more precise is specified than that it is during a time of famine. Many suggestions have been made. Scholars love to say what was during the time of this judge or that judge. They can't know. None of it can be certain. Only by looking at the genealogy of David can we guess the approximate time, but even that is mere guesswork and supposition, because the ages of the ancestors during this period are not given.